Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Roar Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Laura Sturm.
Welcome to episode 124. Josh, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Cool.
We're awkward.
No. So there are a couple meets that I think popped up on the website for Georgia. We have the Ladies of Iron is going to be May 6th in Marietta. And June 10th, there's a Savannah Summer Classic. So those are two new meets that just popped up recently. So if anybody's looking to do a meet in Georgia, we just had the Rookie Rumble this past weekend, and I believe it was sold out pretty quick. I was not there, but I heard everything went pretty well. And the Georgia State meet is also full in February. So meets are filling up. So if you want to do one, those registrations, I believe, just opened up for the Ladies of Iron. So you might want to get signed up for that one if you plan to do it.
Do you have to be a lady?
You do. It is a ladies only meet. So that's kind of cool though. I like that.
I think so too. I do. Because back in the day, boy, there was not that many of us. And now that we can have whole meets that are in Georgia, they're just women. It's awesome.
Well, so this one is actually it's being done nationwide on the same day, and different states are having their Ladies of Iron meet the same day. So you get awards for your individual state meet, but then they also compare. There's like a bigger prize for like the best lifter in each weight class across the whole country.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. This
is
like
a Dana Snow?
Yeah, this is what Dana Snow came up with.
I remember that. Yeah, I think that's so awesome.
Yeah,
she's a great meet director.
Yeah, I said it's the third year, but it's actually been longer than that, hasn't it?
It could be. I'm so time warped.
Because I like in my head, I'm like, yeah. Because somebody asked me today, like, when's the last time I competed? I'm like, I think it was nationals, not last year, but the year before, I think. Well, that would have been the year before, would have been 2021 nationals. And I looked and it was like, I think it was 2018 nationals was the last time.
It's like COVID, like that whole time in COVID, it's like it didn't happen. You know,
yeah.
It's just like this vacuum of time that happened that we can kind of forget about.
Yeah, basically.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, it's probably been longer than 3 years. Because I think I was running meets back when I remember reading about Ladies of Iron and thinking, man, that's cool. That's a great idea. She had a lot of like little ideas for her meets that I thought were really neat. She had like a little like a chip or something, and there was pins and like there was neat little swag items that she was promoting that I thought were cool.
Swag items,
because everybody likes swag items. When you leave a meet, you want to have things to be like, I did this.
I agree.
You know?
Mementos, things that are cool that are not like the standard everything, you know, that you get every time.
Right. I mean, meet t-shirts are great. You got to have a good meet t-shirt, but I have so many meet t-shirts that I had to, I don't know.
I love meet t-shirts, but I haven't gotten rid of any, but I have put a few like in a bag, and I say a few, like a decade's worth I've put in a bag that Hope's going to eventually make like a quilt out of.
Right. That's what I've done. I've put them in a container, and I'm like, I'm going to make something out of this. 2 years ago, they're still in that container.
Oh, mine have been in there for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh.
Maybe
so you're
longer.
Worse a procrastinator than I am. Congratulations.
Well, I don't know. Is it because I'm not the one that was going to make the quilt? They're in the bag.
Oh,
so are you saying Hope's a procrastinator?
I don't make quilts. No, I don't make quilts. So, well, no. I mean, Hope's a mom, so she gets a pass and all that.
All right, fine. Yeah. Speaking of Hope, Hope's birthday is Saturday.
Happy birthday, Hope!
Happy birthday, Hopey baby.
The better half of Team Roar.
Yeah. So you could argue that she's more than half of Team Roar because she's done so much like behind the scenes for so long. Regardless of the percentage, she's the better blank of Team Roar. Anyway, but yeah, it's her birthday. and we appreciate her.
Yes.
Hey, here's a random question. So did I talk about this last week? I can't remember anymore. We have a public Discord channel now on our Discord
I believe
server.
you mentioned it. Yes.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to start posting questions or let people post topics in there that we'll discuss on the podcast. So I asked kind of last minute before we recorded, and the only one that came back was I'm going to ask you and let you decide, because I'm refusing to answer this one because it's an impossible question. But the question is, if you had to remove one entirely from your life, would it be powerlifting or power ballads?
Oh, because I don't know that I could do without power ballads.
Right. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think I would, I mean,
So can I still listen to other music that's not power ballads?
yeah, it's power ballads specifically.
But it's not really like I lift that much either right now. So
You know what? I'd get rid of both.
Yeah, I'll just fuck them both. Would I have to become a runner? Because that's a hard no.
So there are things in between powerlifting and running. Like, just because you're not powerlifting, that doesn't mean you're automatically a runner.
Right. So, because I don't know that I even consider what I do powerlifting anymore. I mean, I lift in my garage, and sometimes I swing a kettlebell and do push-ups and sit-ups and burpees even. I don't know, am I even powerlifting anymore? It's kind of easy to give that up then. Sad.
Yeah, I mean, that's the funny thing. Like, my whole life, business, everything has been around powerlifting, but I'm like, I don't know. That might be what goes. I might keep the power ballads, man. I love power ballads.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to run.
What is all this tied to running? Like, that was not part of this at all. Like, you don't have to run. You don't have to run. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Talk me down. Well, that's good. Well, I mean, as long as I can still do what I, for workouts, what I do in my garage, I could give up power ballads as long as I can still listen to 80s rock.
Ooh, see that, but that's the thing though. Like, 80s rock was like the heyday for power ballads. So I mean, there's good 80s rock without not being a power ballad. But man, I don't know. I love some power ballads. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring back that power ballad part of this podcast.
Kind of slacking off on that a little bit.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Well, how about this? What's the worst song you've ever heard played at a meet? Let's dabble with some music.
Ooh, Billie Jean, when somebody was going out for a really heavy. No, I'm only kidding.
That's bullshit.
I know.
That's a great song.
I don't know. Oh, there was a meet that I ran. I had Daniel Hudson doing the music, and there was some points where I just had to stop him and be like, "Can we have a little bit of just not screech metal?" I mean, I like heavy metal, I do, but it was like I couldn't even recognize any of the songs.
Yeah, I agree. Some of that's a bit much, but even so, like, there's an art to it. Like, it can't just be loud, obnoxious, beating noise all the time. There has to be highs and lows. There has to be changes of pace. That way, when you do put on something that's really just like bang your head against the wall, loud and obnoxious,
right,
it kind of triggers something in you versus just like making your head
wallpaper.
Yeah.
That's what it was like, wallpaper. So I think when he took a break, I was like, I could be a DJ a little bit. I was secretly happy.
So you want to hear mine? And this
Sure.
is a great song. This is a great song, but I heard this played somewhere. I don't know what meet it was, but it was a meet that you could choose your own walkout song. So this was chosen by a lifter. Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You." Like, what? I mean, if it does it for you, okay, but I don't know. Not my cup of tea there.
Wow.
Not for lifting.
Yeah.
I love the song though, but at a meet, it just seemed a little out of place.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's great. Or there was one at was it the American Open? No music.
Yeah, I think anything is better than nothing. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I take that back. There's not a lot that's better than nothing. No, wait. There's not a lot. There's a lot that's better. There is a lot that's better than nothing. There's very little that's worse than nothing. So I can't say anything is better than nothing.
But the worst is when there's absolutely nothing or just something really horrid like wallpaper music.
Agreed. So the state chair elections are seeking letters of intent and resume, and those are due by January 28th. If anybody in Georgia is interested in the position or curious about how that works, an email was sent by the national office to all the active members in Georgia. So if you're not an active member and you were planning to run, well, you should have been an active member, but it's not too late. You can still renew and ask for that email from the national office if you're interested. But Kathy and Becky did say they were running on the podcast when they were on. So I don't know of anybody else that's running, but if they are, you are invited to be on the podcast to share your platform, I guess.
I like it.
So the voting, though, so this applies to everybody. So voting is going to happen the week of February 4th, which is the first week of February. That's where I was naturally going with that sentence. And I realized how ridiculous it was mid-sentence, but followed through anyway. So do check your email that week, because if you are a member in Georgia, you will be sent an email with a link to vote. And it's always good to have, all the membership vote for that. So
Yep, for sure. It doesn't take anything, and just vote. All right. So I got the powerlifting situation. Are you ready, Josh?
I'm ready.
All right. You have a meet that's a 10-hour drive away. You can't leave until noon the day before. If you fly, you can't afford to fly out your handler. If you drive, your handler can ride with you. So what do you do?
If I'm raw, I am flying. If I'm equipped, I'm taking my handler and driving.
Pretty simple.
Yeah. That sucks though, because you're getting in at like 10 at night and weigh-ins are probably at like 7 in the morning or 6, depending.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a late night, and sitting in a car all day the night before is not ideal. But if you're lifting equipped, it's pretty near impossible to have a good meet without a handler. So
yeah, need a handler for sure. Yeah, but here's the thing, Josh. Are you ever raw?
No.
So.
I'm trying to talk to the masses, I guess.
I know.
I've lifted raw though. I've done 2 raw meets now.
Just fucking with you, Josh.
I'm sensitive about that. I've done it raw.
Oh, I know. Well, and what's funny too, like in that meet, I think I didn't even allow equipped lifters.
Who are you?
I know. Was I an equipped lifter at the time? I think I was.
I don't know. When was that?
Yeah. 14 or 15. Something like that.
I don't think you were. I think 15's like when you started putting equipment on. So it might have been like right on that verge. I don't know.
I won a world championship in 14, so no.
Oh, so all right. So here's for future reference. Don't ever rely on me for reference of time, like days and dates and time.
Just do better, Josh. I'm an equipped lifter, but no equipped lifters can lift at my meet.
Yeah.
Remember my reasoning for that.
That is actually kind of funny. Well, it's probably, I don't know why actually, but maybe it's because it was at the CrossFit gym and there wasn't a lot of room to like wrap knees. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to help you. I don't know why you did that.
I don't know. I think I did in subsequent years. I think it was just the first year or 2. I don't remember. Yeah. All right. I have a new lifter tip.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. So if you had to cut to make weight after weigh-ins, don't eat something you normally wouldn't. Stick to the plan and eat your normal food. And you can eat like an asshole later if you want, when the meet's done. But I think when you're making weight and you're sitting there starving yourself for a long period of time and you're just trying to make that weight, and hey, you're at the meet, you're trying to maybe have to spit in a cup to make weight. And you finally get there, there is this tendency to be like, yes, I made weight. I'm eating everything because I can. But there have been times where I kind of ate something outside my normal range. And right before the meet with meat nerves, didn't sit well. And that's about the last thing you really need right on, meet day.
Yeah, I agree. I think whether you made weight or not, or whether you had to cut weight or not, I think that's good advice. Because I've also
make weight though.
I've also seen like super heavyweights come in and, you know, they're not making weight, and, you know, they weigh in and eat like a whole bunch of like fast food burgers or whatever, which maybe that's what they eat normally. I don't know, but actually, yeah, maybe that's not actually abnormal for them. I don't know. It just depends on the person. But I've seen a
Right.
lot of people eat a lot of junk like right after weigh-ins, and yeah, I agree. It's not the best plan of action.
Yeah. I have a super finicky stomach too. And boy, when I eat something that I haven't eaten in a while, or I'm just like way off I eat pretty clean and all of a sudden I'm not. Oh,
I agree. I'm the opposite. I can usually eat whatever and be fine, like stomach wise, but performance wise, it does make a difference. Especially if it's, well, I'm not even going to try to justify it at all. Like, just don't do it. Don't be an idiot.
so what should we do for our next music list? Since we were
You
talking
know,
about our music list, I
I
think
still
we
haven't
have
thought
to.
about it. You know what? I don't want to
Hmm.
make a decision. You decide, and we'll go with it. How about that?
Driving songs.
Driving songs? Oh, that was. So I said that expecting you to not have an answer, but you have a song, okay, or an answer. Okay.
Or here's this one list: songs that you want played at your funeral.
Ooh, I like that one. I also like the worst songs you've heard played at a meet. We could actually make that a top 5 list. But
Yeah, but how would you prove that? Yeah, I actually heard that a song. You could just come up with really shitty songs the whole way.
yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right.
Yeah,
All right. So, all right, what's it going to be?
I think the funeral one.
Driving
So,
or funeral. So top 5
funeral.
songs you want played at your funeral.
Yes.
Okay. And then people are going to vote. Are we going to do a vote for that?
Yeah, but I think what we should do is not tie it with a person. Actually, but if you're doing a funeral, you kind of have to tie it to a person, don't you?
Yeah, it seems like it would be tied to somebody.
Because what I'd want at my funeral probably isn't the same as other people.
Right.
So are we voting on who would have the best funeral then? I don't know. Maybe we should just go with the easy one, driving songs, and then it can't be tied to a person.
Let's do driving songs, and then we can think about this more and figure out how to do
Logistics.
the. I like where you're at with that. We got to figure out, yeah, logistics.
So I'd like to, on this next music list, as we put up the things, not have it tied to a person. Like, so it can't be
So it's no
it can't,
popularity contest.
yeah, not a popularity contest.
So for transparency, then are you and I going to play, or are we going to like sit it out?
Like, you don't think anybody would vote for my list just based on
Well,
the fact that
I
it's
guess
the best music ever?
so. How about this? I'll sit this one out for the sake of, if we're voting anonymously, like, then I'm going to have to obviously be tracking whose votes go to who. And I guess it's no different than if it was somebody's name attached to it. It's still integrity. Like, I'm not arbitrary.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would have won every tournament by now, not got voted out in the first round if I was going to smudge
Yeah.
the voting.
So I think
So,
you're
okay.
good.
All right.
You're
All right,
in.
cool. I like that.
All right.
We're going to do it
Okay.
anonymously.
So vote on the music, not the person.
I like that a lot. See, that's going to be interesting because normally when we vote, I tag the person in Instagram on their list. I tag them so then they can reshare it. But I can't. I guess I could tag everybody on every
Right.
list.
Tag everyone that submits a list
Yeah.
so that they can share it out so that people can list,
Yeah.
and they can't say vote for this one because it was my list. Or or if we bust you doing that, we're just gonna have to slap you with a noodle.
Yeah, we're really becoming dictators here.
Well, I'm not saying you're disqualified for anything. I'm just gonna.
You will spot and load for a year.
Yes, there has to be some kind of consequence, but it can't be that serious because we don't really care that much.
I mean, I kind of like the idea of like going way over the top with the rules, but that's
You
why
would.
nobody no, but nobody would play. So
And if there's a tie on anything, there's a dance off.
yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I've really been hoping for a tie, and there's never been a tie yet. But yeah, it's always a dance off. If there's ever a tie, it's always a dance off. There's never a question about that.
Made it sound like there might not be a dance off.
No, there's always a dance. Yeah, you know me better than that. Come on. Anyway, let's get out of here.
Yes.
So that is it for tonight. We are going to at some point put up a Google form again to submit your top 5 driving songs. And I'm just thinking, yeah, we have to have your name on there to submit it, but we'll leave them off when we publish them. Because I got to know who, yeah. Otherwise, that would be a total clusterfuck.
Yes. Whoever submitted this list, we don't know who you are, but you won.
That would be right up our alley. I mean, but that'd be bad. Cool. All right. I think that's it. Thanks for listening. Later.
I know.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.